Hi guys, welcome back to Newcastle Fans TV. It's transfer deadline day and Newcastle have been busy. Who would have thought that, Ailey?
Didn't expect to. We did expect Emil Kraft. We thought it would go through last night, didn't we? But they've left it to today. And I'll let you, obviously everyone knows now, the big news is everywhere about Andy Carroll, innit?
Who would have thought that this morning? I think obviously it's been rumoured for years and years, probably since Newcastle sold Andy Carroll in 2011 to Liverpool for £35 million. Obviously he's been to West Ham since then. And there's been constant rumours every single year that Andy Carroll will be coming back. Well, this transfer window, summer of 2019, was the transfer window that Andy Carroll did come back home. It was announced just before 5 o'clock. Lee, your initial reaction, is it good to get an extra body through the door, someone that knows what it means to play for Newcastle, who is going to give 100% when he plays, and is that the most important thing when he plays or if he plays?
Yeah, you've just mentioned if and when. Look, he's a Geordie. We're like that. We've always gone on about that. We need more and more Geordies in the team. Paul Dummett's one of our own, the two Longstaffs, Matty and Sean. It looks like they're going to be involved. So 4 Geordies in that potential starting 11 at some point in the season will be a great thing. Look, we all know he's got his injuries, Jonny, we know that. It's how many games can he get? He only scored 1 goal from, what, 15 or something last season. Very injury-plagued player. I don't think he's going to be your regular Joe Linton, we know that. Will Joe Linton and Carroll play up top? I can't say that. I think it'll be Joe Linton and a diminutive player, maybe Almiron, maybe Saint-Maximin gets a role there, but someone off the bench or someone who starts cup games when he's fit. Or if we need to, I don't know, say we're going to Manchester City, is Andy Carroll a better option from set pieces and holding the ball up than Joe Linton? Probably, because Joe Linton can mix it up by playing on the shoulder, he can hold it up, so it's positive that we've got a striker, but you know, Bruce has got several of options now, because you know, just a few weeks ago we didn't, so it's good news.
Is this Bruce's only signing that for himself? Because it seems like the club have made a lot of signings, likes of Lee Charnley, and the scouts have made a lot of signings. Is this a Steve Bruce signing?
Well, he said in the press conference, which you should never say, that he has the final say on transfers, because I don't believe that. All the signings over the summer, except this one perhaps, have been by the board, because they scout them thoroughly for 6 to 9 months. You look at Almiron, it took a year. Saint-Maximin's been 9 months, so this one potentially, maybe, until we hear from Steve Bruce. But he's a local lad. I think Newcastle fans, Geordie people, will want him to do well. But the worry is just his injuries. And the Emil Kraft one is probably just a bit more defensive, because we've done the video earlier on today. He's more, looks like, judging from what his stats say, he's more defensive. What Manquillo and Yedlin are, which begs the question: is he a wing back or is he a full back? He's probably a full back, but again, it gives Bruce more options, doesn't it?
It does. And last bit on Andy Carroll, because look, a lot of fans are emotionally involved, and he is a fan as well, and he's got Premier League experience. That's something that Joe Linton hasn't got, Saint-Maximin hasn't got, Almiron's only got a little bit of. So if you have, say, 15 minutes from the end, say, I don't know if he'll be involved against Arsenal, but if he's on the bench, 15 minutes from the end, Arsenal don't want to see him coming on.
Oh, it'll be a pain in the backside, won't you? You don't want, no pun intended, but like a big lump up top where you're going to throw it. But hey, it's a weapon that we can use. You mentioned the big boys not want to play against that kind of style, but majority of Bruce's signings have been small, quick, diminutive players. This is the one exception, you might say, that this is totally different, where you have a plan B, because we criticise Rafa Benitez. As good as what he was, he would do like for like. I don't think Bruce will. I think if we're getting beat 1-0 with 10 minutes to go or 15 minutes to go, never mind just playing 2 up top, I could see him going 4-3-3, or even change it, get rid of the wing backs and go 3-4-3. So look, he's one of our own. We know this. He does the Angel of the North celebration when he scores. He's a proud lad where he's from, Gateshead lad. So he'll want to do well, and he'll be desperate to stay fit. That's the thing, he'll be desperate.
From a personal point of view as well, I'm absolutely delighted to see Carroll back. I think he's someone that gets it. Yes, it was acrimonious when he left to go to Liverpool. Whether he really wanted to go to Liverpool, I don't think we'll ever know. But to see him back in a black and white shirt, I think part of me is absolutely delighted, and hopefully he gets more, he stays fit and gets goals for this football club, because when he stays fit, he's a real threat. Let's talk about Newcastle's other second signing, Lee, Emil Kraft. I hope they got that right back. There was rumours that Yedlin potentially was moving out. He might have got to Crystal Palace. That hasn't materialised. Does Kraft walk straight into this team when he's played maybe a week of training? I'm not suggesting that he'll start against Arsenal, but maybe the Norwich game is maybe the game that we're looking at for him.
Potentially. There's going to be no puns in this video, by the way, just to say that. Rob's not here. Big shout out to Rob. He looks defensive. So if we have to shut up shop or we're playing, again, it gives Bruce options, because for me, he doesn't look like a wing back. You know, he's 5'11". All the stats that were thrown out with the video earlier on, he looks more defensive minded than what the other two are. But the European market's still open. Yedlin could still leave you. You never know. So you might even fancy a return to the MLS. Who knows? We don't know. But again, it gives 3 right backs. It gives Bruce more options. Mankiw probably can play at left wing back if needs be as a fill-in. But we look stronger. We've got Willems there. We've got Richie there. So it's strong. We don't know much about him. You know,
not better defensively, because that's what we've been criticising Yedlin in particular for, the fact that defensively he's been suspect. Attacking wise, he's been pretty good for Newcastle.
Yedlin's better going forward. He lacks the quality, whereas Mankiw, to be fair, in the last probably 6 months is probably the best that we'll have at the club at the moment. Jamie Sterry's future's now uncertain because he's got 1 year left. Surprised he hasn't left. Will he go to a League One club? Possibly. But going back to your question, yeah, it's defensively it's more solid. But if we do play that wing back system, I'm curious to see if Kraft how he plays in that, because judging by the stats again, doesn't look great going forward, but defensively looks more than the other two.
That's all the incomings at Newcastle. There has been one outgoing, that's Jacob Murphy. He's gone to Sheffield Wednesday, Steve Bruce's former side, on loan for the whole season.
I wonder why Sheffield Wednesday. I wonder why.
There's a couple of clubs that were linked, but Sheffield Wednesday have managed to get this one done just literally on the deadline. I don't think it's ever really going to get much of a chance this season. He's a championship player, in my personal opinion, that needs games. And if he plays well, then maybe, I think he's got 1 more year after this season to then we go, right, give us a chance in the Premier League if we survive. Is it a good move all round for all parties?
Yeah, because he's not going to play much. Bruce said that he wants 5 strikers. He literally has that now, and he has Almira on saint-maximin. He has Gale, because Dwight Gale's still at the club. You've got Joe Linton, you've got Carroll. So he's got plenty of options, and then Sorensen, Mutu, there's loads. He's got options going forward now. So regarding going back to Jacob Murphy, look, he was Brighton pre-season, but he's not a Premier League player, and there's probably one of Rafa Benitez's bad signings. He doesn't get many bad signings, but if we can get him out on loan, look, I think that deal's probably something to do with Bruce coming here. I think they're probably not. I bet they haven't paid a loan fee. I can guarantee you that. But that's probably got something to do with it. But good luck to him. He's a Newcastle fan, and he's not from the area. That means nout. He supports a club, but go out and play well and get him sold. Unfortunately, I don't think his future's here.
There's the likes of Jack Colback that hasn't been announced that he's leaving. Henri Saivet, I know he's been on African Cup of Nations duty, but the European market's still open. Lazar's been shipped out to Italy and just try and find a club if he can. Is it a case now maybe that these players just need to find clubs? Like, I think the one that maybe won't find a club quickly is Jack Colback, unless he goes down to League One. I know there's a team down the road that in League One that could possibly get a player, but he's running out of options, isn't he? I
think Colback will probably stay at January now. I think so. But in all honesty though, if we are playing 3 in midfield, Johnny, you think if we play in 3, then you need another 3 to back up. He's probably the 6th choice behind Matty. So maybe Bruce might use him occasionally, but players leaving, yeah, European market is still open, so I expect Lazar to hopefully get out on loan, another bad signing. And then, you know, Jack Colback, I think he'll stay, but the other one, Henri Saivet, is still on holiday at the minute. He's obviously got the final African Cup of Nations. Will he go to France? Will he go to Turkey? Will he stay? We don't know. So even though our English transfer deadline is open, the European market's still open, and one of these players still could get taken away yet.
Well, that was our reaction. Andy Carroll and Emil Kraft have joined the club in this transfer deadline day. Get your reaction, get your comments in below. How many goals do you think Andy Carroll will get for Newcastle next season? Do you think that he'll stay injury free and maybe get a run of games together if Joe Linton is maybe injured or a lack of form? And also get your thoughts on Emil Kraft. Does he walk straight into this right back position, or would you start Javier Mankiw or DeAndre Yedlin? Like and subscribe to Newcastle Fans TV, and we'll see you on the next video.